You tell me when. Now? I've started? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Banter Blitz tonight. I'm your GM, your cannon fodder, and your host for this evening, Grandmaster David Smerdon from Australia, coming to you from Amsterdam. We're going to have a good night's Blitz tonight, hopefully a fair bit of banter as well. And who knows, let's see if a couple of you might be able to upset me in the games, which typically seems to happen once or twice when I play. Anyway, if you want to get in the queue, make sure that you're in channel 3 in ICC. You can check out the instructions in there, get into the queue, get ready to play a game. We're already up and running. First game's already started against Dodgy, and old favorite for the Banter Blitz. We've played a couple of times now, I think, Dodgy from the UK. So looking forward to seeing how this goes. We've already started off with the Moscow variation, quite topical at the moment, the old Moscow. Uh, it's an anti-Sicilian. 3 bishop b5 check might be how you're used to seeing it. And he's gone for g5. Bit of an unusual move, this one, but very typical of Dodgy's style. He likes he likes going for these strange moves. We've had a couple of strange games like this. Honestly, I don't know how best to take advantage of it. Dodgy seems to come up with some crazy lines. He tried to get me to play the Grob last time we played, 1g4, and you can see he's still in g5 fashion at the moment. I've kind of cowardly fashion. I've declined it uh, for the moment. Not interested in getting too involved in a dodgy style position just yet. Instead, I'm just going to go for some central play. I'm kind of interested to see where Dodgy's going to put his king. Like I said, because we really got off to a cracking start there. If you want to get in the queue to play me, get into channel 3, and in there Leon's giving instructions for how you can join our Banner Blitz this evening. Should be a lot of fun. Dodgy giving away a pawn. He tried to give that pawn to me a couple of moves ago, and I wasn't having anything to do with it. But I might just take this one off now because this is a bit of a different story now. Now the knight on f6 is on prise and slightly difficult position for Dodgy. I'm not sure how he's going to handle this. We'll see how he goes with that. In the meantime, I'm going to try and change my settings because it's not working very well for me at the moment because it's taking far too long for the moves to happen. And I don't know how to change that. Okay, so we'll just go back to the chess. See if I can change it a bit later. That's an interesting... Oh, that's an interesting move there Dodgy's gone for. I might have to get that knight off the board. For some reason, my computer's giving me all sorts of headaches at the moment, and the moves are coming super slow. If somebody in Channel 3 can tell me how I can make the appearance of the moves go a bit faster, that'd make me happy. I've done ICC a favor, and I've moved back to Blitzim. I was recently trying ICC for Mac, and I have to tell you, it's not the greatest program in the world, but now I've moved back into the Windows world. Dodgy, I'm not so sure about his position. I really admire Dodgy's style, the way that he usually plays these things, going for broke at every opportunity. But this time, I'm not sure if he's got enough. Real question is he going to make it an entire rook sacrifice? He has. He has done so. And I don't think that there's too much I can do about that. I'm going to have to play g3. It's not a move I really want to play. No, there's huge weaknesses on my light squares now. I would really desperately like a light squared bishop, but I'm not going to get one of those in a hurry, so I'm going to have to make do. Now, I have to say I am super nervous about my kingside. but I can't see a killer blow for Dodgy, so I might be okay here. Dodgy having a good think about things. Gives me a chance to go back to my settings here. Animation speed. That's what I want to change. Yeah. That's good. Good stuff. Poor Dodgy getting a bit low on time now. You can see my knight on d8 is actually controlling the c6 square. It's kind of important. Whoa, that's a big call. That's a huge call. Whoa. Okay. I really should get some pieces out at some point. Look at my guy sitting back there. I do have a whole rook. My kingside's still looking a little bit shaky. I think I'm okay though. Yeah, Dodgy going for what I expected there, but d5, killer resource. And I don't think there's too much I need to be worried about now, I hope. I think everything's under control now. Extra rook, covering the c4 square now should be smooth sailing. Dodgy's really going for it now. He's giving up everything. He's giving up the house. It's a brilliant concept that he's just come up with here. Brilliant, but I don't think it's going to quite be enough, unfortunately, for him. I think I'm just going to take everything. I will have all the pieces. Thank you very much. It's now 2 rooks and a piece ahead. That's 2 rooks and a piece too many, I would say. Poor Dodgy. Dodgy usually gives me huge headaches in the Banter Blitz. Somehow I managed to escape with a smile on my face. Usually it's more of a embarrassed smile after our game, so I'd call that some long overdue revenge from the whoopings that Dodgy's given me in the past. Okay, JC Arias from Argentina. Hate it when that happens. I was not prepared for knight c3. Oh, not a close Sicilian. Oh, this is a little bit unfortunate. Unfortunate mainly because I don't know what I'm doing, to be fair. And close is not one of my favorite openings. It's hard to see. Yeah. I'd like to tell you something really useful and awe-inspiring about this opening, but I don't have too much to say. It's just oh, that wasn't such a good move. I'll tell you what, the whole idea should be to stop the move f5 from appearing on the board, and I did a really weak job at that because now f5's happened, and it's pretty much everything that you don't want to happen if you're playing with the black pieces. As long as you can prevent f5, usually things are okay. Here I missed that my knight on c6 was going to be under attack, so I've let something happen that I really ought not to have, and now my position is quite quite disgusting, to be honest. I kind of really shot myself in the foot there. Hopefully things will be okay. I had a bit of luck in the last one. Yeah, that's a good move there. A really good move because it opens that diagonal for his bishop on g2. So that's causing me some headaches. I've managed to take the center. I'm expecting perhaps he's going to go for g5, which is a bit of a risky move. We'll see how brave JC Arias is feeling. But this is, yeah, it's not a dream start for me, I have to say. My king's going to have no home whatsoever. And that's not great news. Yeah, having to play f6, I mean, this is really ugly. Things sort of went wrong. The key problem was, oh, he's gone for g5. That's a good move. And now, whoa, big decision for me. This queen h5 check is, well, it's pretty much unstoppable. I think it's coming no matter what, and I am not enjoying this one bit. I really don't know what I can do about this. I mean, this position has just gone from bad to worse here. I could take on f5 immediately, but then he'll sacrifice. This is horrible stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna have to castle kingside. Castling into the attack, I mean, that's super brave, but also possibly very foolish. It's really not a move that I wanted to play, that one. Yeah. I really wanted to play the move b4 there. If I could got b4 in safely, I would have been a very happy man, but it wasn't possible. Now the move g6 is threatened, and tell you what, it's very nearly resign time from where I'm standing here. G6 is gonna come, and that's gonna be all she wrote, isn't it? What can I do about this? Is there any hope for my terrible position? Is this idea? Oh, I don't like that very much. It's all about this d4, d5 pawn, but it's on prees. Oh, I need a big move here. I think I'm gonna have to. Oh, that's just gonna drop pieces though, isn't it? Knight d4. Will that give me any hope? That's not gonna work either. Well, no time on the clock and no position to speak of either. Got to find a move, Dave. Any move now. All right, I'll take that pawn off. 33 seconds. This has been a terrible game. Nothing has gone right here. I am in all sorts of trouble. 33 seconds. Unbelievable. If knight takes g5, what hope have I got? Not much. I have to try this h6 move, but he's got bishop takes. It's a tiny little bit surprising. Should still be okay for my opponent. But it does give me a little more hope than I should have had, perhaps. Tiny little bit of hope now. And see if I can turn that into anything substantial. No, this is bad news. Still 25 seconds. It's no time on the clock. Queen h4 is going to come. And then I've got to play rook a7. Desperately trying to hold on to this position. Oh, God, it's ugly. It is so ugly. It looks so bad. Still, there is some vague hope here. Queen d6 might keep me alive for a move or two. Oh, c4, that's a bit unexpected. Probably could have done something better than what I did, though. I got 25 seconds. Unbelievable. What can I do about that? Gee, that was a good move. Oh, 20 seconds on the clock. This is it, I think, for me. It's got to be it. I can't see myself surviving this. This is not a good omen for today, I tell you. Somehow I'm still in this, but surely not for much longer. My opponent really taking his time here. I'm not sure this is the right decision. Put that somewhere. Put it somewhere. Uh, uh, uh. Go for a queen. Go for a queen. Somehow I'm still in this. Unbelievably. Oh, fall for mate. Fall for mate. Nope, still in it. Somehow. Who knows how that happened? Uh, uh, desperately holding on here. Jeez, this is tight. 21 seconds. Oh, get a move out. What happened? Some lag happened. Oh, I dropped a pawn during the lag. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah. That's unlucky for my opponent. Woo hoo 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 hoo. Oh dear. Sorry for that audible cheering on the line. Usually, usually I don't do things like that. I got kind of excited about that. I'm sorry about that, my Argentinian friend. Thanks for the game. You played like a champion. That was a rocking game, I tell you what. Whew. Wow, we were. All right. No rest for the wicked. We're on to the next one. Mate or Die from, where are you from with a name like Mate or Die? From the England, eh? Fair enough. Another Pommy. Good to see. And wow, that was a tight one. That last one. Man, I got lucky right at the end there. Really, that was on a nice edge. But there's, like I said, no real time to think about it. We're straight back into the next game, playing against the C3 Sicilian. And I'm going to kind of chicken out and go for the end game here because I'm still shaken after that last game. Man, that really took it out of me. So I'm going to try and just bring the tempo down a little bit on this one. So in case you're expecting fireworks, just a little bit of warning in advance there. I'm just going to try and play it cool for a bit while I bring my nerves back in order. And that looks like a chance now to get the queens off the board. And I think I'm going to do that because I want no queens on the board. Last game, that white queen caused me huge headache. Hey, what's going on, by the way? How come have I really had 3 blacks in a row? Is that what we're doing, huh? Ah, all right, ICC. If that's the way you want to play it. Good thing this guy just wrote a book from the black side of things. Might have to get a few Scandinavians out there if I'm going to be subjected to this sort of stuff. May as well get some shameless self-promotion happening. But not today. Played a couple of Sicilians. I haven't had any open Sicilians yet, which was basically, I mean, anyone who plays the Sicilian, that's what we're after when we play those things, but not today for some reason. But that's okay. This game, pretty dry, I gotta say, this endgame. I've got like a typical Sicilian endgame, but I'm not really feeling super enthusiastic about it, I have to say. Which probably means that you guys are not feeling particularly enthusiastic about it, but hey, here we are. That wasn't a good move, my last move, by the way. Now knight a5 is actually going to cause me a little bit of grief. Oof, but my opponent hasn't done it, which makes my life a little bit easier. That would have been a real pain, actually. But fortunately, dodged a bullet there. Means that I can play knight b6. The reason knight a5 would have caused a problem is that if I played rook c7, then after rook d1, I'd have this annoying pin on the d file, which is not what the doctor ordered. So, but fortunately, I've managed to avoid that. This endgame is slightly better for me, nothing too special, but slight advantage could be something in the long run. Any of you catch the Magnus Carlsen game from a couple of hours ago? A draw against the 2400. He had a slightly better position in the end game. Typical Magnus type structure. You would have thought 9 times out of 10 he would convert that stuff, but this time around wasn't to be. Kind of interesting. All right, enough chit chat. Time for business. Now, maybe e6 is the way to go here. I want to set up for knight a4. If you do go back and have a look at the games from the Qatar Open, which is where Magnus is playing, check out the game that Wei Yi played. Wei Yi actually lost with the black pieces. Wei Yi has often been tipped by many people, including myself, to be the potential next world champion after the Carlsen dynasty ends, if it ever does. But Wei Yi actually got beaten in the first round by a non-GM opponent, by a Indian guy and Indian IM, but he missed an amazing opportunity right at the end. So if you have the chance to check out that game, go to the final position. The move that he actually resigned right at the end, look at the move, Bishop B6. Incredible resource that actually would have kept the game going. Really quite an amazing opportunity missed there for the draw. But I will leave you to enjoy that in your own time, because I am finding myself a little bit of bother here. I got to say, my opponent's playing this really quite well, and I got not too much going for me here. I'm trying to get my kickside majority going, but I think I must be talking too much because I don't really have a whole lot happening here. King e2 is probably going to come, and then I'm going to play e4. It's nothing special, this position. I feel that there's going to be a breakthrough at some point, but at the moment I can't quite see what I'm doing here. Not so sure. You should have gone for that, actually. Now I've got a couple of options. Oh, what am I going to do? Should I take that sucker off? Yeah, I better take that guy off. And now he sent his bit in there. Now I better. My position is not great. It has to be said. 42 seconds. How the hell did I get so low on time? This is a little concerning. Still, it's not such a bad position. Put some pressure on that pawn. If it goes rook c6, he has gone rook c6. And then I probably should go rook d6. Don't like my position, and I don't like my time situation one bit, I have to say. Making me a bit nervous. Why am I getting so low on time? I need a coffee or something. A Red Bull, Nakamura style. Oh, that's nice though. That helps me out a little bit. I don't think he should have done that one. Oh, now he swapped those off, has he? Good. Good. But I can't take that pawn. Is that his idea? He might have tricked me there. Yeah, you tricked me, didn't you? You tricked me. You sneaky, tricky guy. Trick, trick, trick. 32 seconds. I'm not even sure that I can take that pawn, but it doesn't matter. Here we are. Now, well then. Damn it, I think I'm losing this endgame, actually. I'm going to be really, really careful. Well, I don't think I'm winning it, that's for sure. What? What was that all about? Yeah, maybe that's okay as well. What is he doing? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Could lose this if I'm not careful. Oh well, let's take the draw. That did not go the way it was supposed to. My first draw. Well done, mate or die. Look at that rating of 1,500. Man, he's 1,000 points below me. More than 1,000 points. That's a big draw, mate or die. Well done. Well done. Over 1,000 points, and somehow you beat me with like more than a minute on the clock. Huge result. Huge. What were you doing moving your king around at the end? I don't know why you didn't just take that pawn on f5, but anyway, worked out or well for you in the end. Oh, I got the white pieces. Thank you very much, ICC. Okay, you know, that approach of playing things cool and calm did not work very well at all. So let's let's go back to the way that you're used to seeing Smurfo play chess. Smurfo, by the way, derivation of Smurf, the name of which was already taken on ICC, which comes from my name, Smerdon. Not too difficult to work out, right? Smerdon, Smurf, Smurfo. But apparently, Tired Dad's daughter thinks it's hilarious as a grandmaster with a name like Smurfo. I guess she was imagining some little blue creature trying to play chess. Well, let's try and put some spice into the chess then by trying out this here wing gambit. Love the wing gambit. Huge fan of the wing gambit. And this is looking pretty good so far. I have to say, I kind of already am liking my position. So I'm a pawn down, but it's only a wing pawn, hence the term wing gambit. And got a fair bit of counterplay, it has to be said, in this position. I wonder, I'm kind of hoping that I get a move like knight g6 here. Didn't happen. That's a bit unfortunate. I was hoping to go a quick h4, h5. Might still go h4, h5 actually. If I... Whoa, hello. Hello, can you say Greek gift? Ooh, too tempted. Have to say yes. Too tempted. Not sure it's actually working in this position, but if I get a chance to play bishop takes h7, I cannot resist. The problem here is that I really want to have a dark squared bishop on c1 to stop the move king h6. But here I don't have that possibility, which my opponent is taking advantage of. And now, where is the big finish? Queen g4's got to be the right way to start, but after f5, have I got anything special? Maybe not. f5 was played. I'm going to take that guy off, but so what? Rook takes. Ooh, rook takes. I might have gone just a little crazy. I think I did go just a little crazy. Because now, what are we doing? Let's take another pawn. How many pawns I got? One? I've only got one. Oh yeah, I sacrificed one on the first at the start. Hence the wing gambit. I'm a little concerned. Okay, so I don't know why my opponent's thinking. One move gets mated in one gets mated in two, but King f7 was totally fine. Why did my opponent resign? King f7 was okay. Oh, Monarch 1952, you were doing okay, man. You could just play King f7. For those interested, I was going to play Queen takes g7, King takes e6, Rook e1 check, King d6, and then very important move, Queen g3 check, stopping the king going back to c7. That should have won me back all the material I needed and kept an attack. So I would say the resignation was perhaps a tiny bit premature, all things considered. Hang on, I just got to get some fluff off the microphone. Good old mute button helps me out there. Now, what is going on here? I've never seen this line before by white. This doesn't look so good. I'm not sure that this line totally inspires me. Can I play e5? Can I play e5? Yeah, let's do it. Come on. Come on, sacrifices are working. My attempt to play like the nice calm thing, that didn't work very well at all. Let's go for it. I probably should have played knight c6 first. Oh, that's a real pain, actually. Oh, that's a real pain. Now I have issues that I could have prevented by playing knight c6. So, yeah. All right, let's give up that pawn on e5. He hasn't taken it. Why didn't you take it? You could have taken it. I really think my opponent should take that pawn on e5 because otherwise, hey, I actually have an extra pawn here. This is looking not so bad. Typically speaking, in the Queen's Gambit accepted, White's Queen Knight shouldn't really be going to c3 because it sort of blocks the queen on c2, hitting the pawn on c4. It also makes moves like a4 and b3 a little less potent. So there are some lines where White does put the knight on c3, but in generally speaking, they're not considered to be that crash hot. Anyway, my opponent hasn't done anything too stupid, must be said. Position still looks quite respectable, but I'm feeling quietly confident. Now material's equal again, but my king got castled super quick, and that's what we like to see. Yes, now rook e8 looks quite good. Is my opponent really going to go for f6? Maybe he is. Maybe f6 is okay. F4, sorry. Apologies. Problem is he can't move the knight back to f3 because the bishop takes c3. So f4 is practically forced in this position, I would say. But I can definitely understand why it's not a move my opponent might really want to play here. Opening up his king. Yeah, he's gone for it. It's probably the right decision. And now I'm really quite tempted to have a little bit of a sacrifice. I think I might even do that. I must have some serious potential here with the sacrifice. Should I go for it? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go through. Looks okay here. I think this is all okay. F6. I don't have that much for my sacrifice, it has to be said. I'm going to get my piece back at least, I think, which is good. There's not a great square for that queen to go to. Queen's gone all the way back to c2. I wouldn't have picked that. And now, well, I have to say things are looking promising now in particular because I guess my opponent might have missed this check here. Oh, do I want to do the check even? Do I want to do the check because my position is looking so good as it is? Do I really want to? I think I do want to do the check. Now g3 has to be played. And now where does the queen go? Maybe h6 is good enough. What? Excuse me. That move was not on my radar. Wow. I think g3 was forced there, for better or worse, unless I was missing something, because now there are big problems in your future, my friend, particularly after that one. Oh, Lone Blaze, you were doing okay there, I thought. Just that king f1. Not so good. But I tell you what, if you're interested in that opening, I would recommend after e4, b5 on move 4 already, throwing in the move knight c3 there, or better yet, the move a4. as the way to go. Tired Dad, hello, sir. Once again, it's always a pleasure to play against Tired Dad. The gentleman and a scholar, this guy. Even if his daughter thinks that I have a childish name for a grandmaster, so be it. Might be right. All right, we're going to wing it up again because I do like the wing gambit. I must admit, it gives me some nice positions. And this, yeah, this is already the sort of thing I'm talking about here. Pretty happy with the way this has turned out. Tired Dad playing the decline variation with the move c4, which is considered perfectly acceptable. But it, of course, cannot be the critical test of this line. And it does give a little bit of extra play to the white pieces, which is what I've managed to get here. Still, things are not so clear, not so bad. I think can be reasonably happy with the outcome. I'll try and sacrifice another pawn. It's always nice to try and tempt Tired Dad into actually taking something. Once again, he's going to decline me, but this time I'm not sure that was actually his smartest decision, because that knight now is in a little bit of a precarious situation. I might even just get it off straight away without thinking too much about it. Put the queen on d3. Now I've got a nice positional advantage. You usually don't want to have to play the move f takes g6 in the French, because now king f7, oh, I thought was forced, but perhaps not. No, I'm not sure. That gives away a pretty crucial pawn, I would have thought. I don't know if I'm feeling brave enough to take the next one on g7, but I'll have that guy, and then we can talk about things afterwards. I really want to play c4 and bust things open now. That king on d7, you might think that that pawn center is secure, but it's just one big sacrifice away from being ripped apart. Queen f8 is okay, but I'm a little concerned now because e6 is looking just so tender. He's got to play knight a5 here. And then knight d4 is it's a big shot. Don't know what he's going to do now. Kimi's going to go king c7. Try and hold on that way. The one downside of having played b4 is that I'll never get the move c4 in now. But I have to say, if there's one thing that this game sort of shows, is that it's against dodgy sideline openings like the wing gambit, it's pretty much essential for black to actually take the pawn, because whether or not you take the pawn, you're going to get attacked. That's just the nature of the opening. So you are going to get hacked. You may as well pick up a pawn to go with it. There's no sort of safety first type approach that you can go for. So probably that pawn should have been taken on b4 back on move 4. Although c4 is considered perfectly acceptable, but I've never found it particularly confronting. And like I said, black's position was just a couple of inaccurate moves away from crumbling, from really falling apart with that center, and that's what's happened now. So that center has fallen, although some counter chances now has been found by my opponent on the e3 pawn. It's a bit annoying. Got to find a. I can't find a really accurate way to push through, so I might just play the boring bishop e3. It's a bit wussy, but it should be okay. You might wonder why I didn't take on d5, but that pawn's going to fall at some point. I'm in no particular hurry. I might, if I'm lucky, I might find it's probably better to take it with another piece, such as a rook. But now, tough times for Tired Dad. Probably king c7 is the best move. I should think about taking that pawn soon, but maybe not just yet. And now maybe king c7's coming. No, queen e7? Well, now I'll take the pawn. You can see now why I held off just a few moves just to get the optimal moment to take it. Now queen d7. Yeah. And I think I'm going to again be a tiny bit cowardly and just get those queens off the board. But one would say that 3 extra pawns should be more than enough. I might actually invite Tired Dad to come forward a bit, and we'll just see whether his king can actually survive in the center. I've got enough pawns that I don't mind giving up one just to see what happens. Oh yes, he's decided not to come up. Oh, that's a bit of a shame. Now I just need to get a knight to f5. That'd be nice. And that should be all she wrote. Tired Dad stopped that, but he's given me the D file, and I'm coming in. And this game's been a tough one for Tired Dad. Now he's going to come forward. Now we're going to see, can that king survive? Oh, it's gone back. Take it all back. No, coming forward. Still, that king's in big trouble. And somewhere here is a cute mate. Although I have to be honest, I can't actually see it yet after king d8. But where is my cute mate? Huh? It's got to be here. I can't see it. It's a bit annoying. I gotta. Oh, can't actually see the cute win. I mean, I can see wins, of course, but not the cute ones. So I might have to take that knight off. That's a bit of a shame. I thought there was going to be something a little bit better to deal with there. Oh well. A win's a win, and don't argue about it, as they say. Thanks for the game, Tired Dad. I hope you don't suffer too much teasing from your daughter on account of being beaten by a little Smurf. But that one wasn't our closest game that we played. But I think that this wing gambit, it can prove to be quite tricky. It's something that must be considered. Unfortunately, I think you do have to take the pawn in those positions. And just to show off the wing gambit, I've decided to go for another one, as you can see here. This was again declined. I don't know why these people, they keep declining these gambits. Just take it. Just go for it. I mean, how bad can it be, really? So, okay, another declined gambit, and that means I've got a B file versus a C file. It looks like just a completely normal type of reverse Gyoko piano, but without a B pawn for white and a C pawn for black. And it does actually make a significant difference, that small little asymmetry. Although I just played a very stupid move just then. But the reason is that I can control the d4 square with my pawn on c3, which I should have tried to do on the last move, I have to say. Whereas my opponent cannot control the d5 square, so that should be the big difference. My opponent should have gone bishop g4 on the last move. That would have really annoyed me. But he didn't. And instead of playing the move that I should have played, h3, I psychologically assumed that he was also not going to play it on the next move. And now, at this moment, we see the big difference, which is that I can control the d5 square. My opponent, not the d4 square. And that's makes all the difference. My opponent having to go back to d8, not a move he particularly wants to do. And sure, the game continues, but now we can see the difference. I play the move c3. I control the d4 square. And should be smooth sailing from here because I can double the pawns and then start to work them, as you can see here. Those pawns, f5 securely under control. Or so I thought, but apparently not. Why can't I not just take that? Maybe I don't want to take that. Maybe I want to play queen h5 and go for mate. Oh, why do you give me these tough decisions? Is queen h5 working? No, I'll just take that pawn off. No reason to get too fancy here. And again, if black could play knight d4, things might be a different story. Imagine if my c3 pawn was back on b2. Okay, completely different story. But here, on the other hand, yeah, hopefully things should be relatively straightforward. And again, it's just that pawn on c3 controlling everything. There's a nice little sequence that might happen here if my opponent plays rook g5. Let's see what happens. And then I'll play queen takes h6. He'll take my pawn on f5, and then I'll give a check on h8. And when the king goes to d7, I'll switch back the queen to h3 with a key pin on the rook on f5 and king on d7. Didn't happen, so we'll forget all about it. But it would have been very interesting. Now, my opponent's given me a chance to do a couple of big moves here, but I'm not going to do perhaps the best move because I want to just go straight for the checkmate here, bust things open in the middle. I think there were better moves, but this is what I want to see. Yeah. Ooh. Is it mate? Is it mate? They scream. It's mate in 4. Maybe it's made in less than 4. No, it's made in 2. What are you talking about, Dave? It's made in 2. Why can't you count? Thanks for the game, Tactical Beast. Yeah, you declined Wing Gambit. If I've said it once, I'll say it 1,000 times. You got to take that sucker off. Man, I love the Wing Gambit. I play the Wing Gambit so much in Banter Blitz. I think I really should write a book on it or something. Maybe do DVDs. Maybe I will do a book. Might be time for another book. But you know what? I've played so many Gambit lines that I'm going to play something super boring now. Not super boring, but super solid, closed, because I always tend to open things up in our games. And this time I'm just going to play like a super solid Stonewall. That's what we're going to go for. Super solid Stonewall. Yeah, space advantage black. Slight advantage to white because the dark squares. Super, super solid. Yeah, I got a bad bishop, but that guy, I'll find somewhere for him to go. Got a couple of options. My opponent doing everything right so far, must be said. And I got to find a way to get my bishop into the game. Basically, the Stonewall is a perfectly acceptable opening for black, so long as black can find a way for his stupid bishop on d7 to come into the game. If you can do that, then everything's okay. And here, I might be able to do just that. Let's see. b4, I'll come back. Will we get c5 as well, perhaps? Not sure. We'll soon find out. As long as my bishop can get into the game, everything should be okay. It's a long, snaky route from c8 to d7 to e8 and back to h5, but it seems to be really the only way. Now, I really want to play f4, such a thematic move, but I don't think it's exactly the right moment, so I'm going to go back to d7. Position looks much better for white, and objectively it probably is if you put it on your computer, but black's position, super solid. I would be very happy playing this way with black against a grandmaster where a draw is an acceptable result. But we're in Banter Blitz, and I should be playing for a win, so I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do about this just yet. But still, I can't complain too much with this position because I can play the move g5 and pretend that I'm attacking somewhere. And my opponent is also pretending like he's attacking, and his pretense is perhaps a bit better than my pretense. Oh, I missed a very good opportunity there to play b5. That was a real shame. Now I am going to have to suffer a little bit. That was silly, 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 silly. All right, through we go. Has to be played. Yeah, I really messed up there. That was very silly. Could have played b5 and really held back that queenside counterplay. I'm not particularly happy with my last move there either, and that is a very good counter from my opponent. That's going to cause me some nuisance because I do not want to take that pawn. Oh, silly, silly, silly stuff. What can I do about this? I have no choice. I have to take it. You messed this up, Dave. You've got to take it now. And now we have a problem. Now we have a big problem. Big, big problem. Oh dear. I'm going to drop that pawn. Big, big problem because how do I defend that guy? Oh, why did you do this? Man, you were doing so well. I am talking to myself in case you're wondering. I have to do a stupid move now. This is bad. Rook f1, and then I gotta go for a5, but it's not fast enough, Dave. It's not fast enough. It is not fast enough. Come on, bring that king over. Last chance here. Maybe I can make a draw, actually. Some drawing potential, but really mess this up for myself. What now, huh? This is bad news. Let's see if I can make this draw. Get some redemption from my weak play. Yeah, no good. Whew, man, so much for solid. My opponent's probably trying to work out whether or not just to take the draw or not. Of course, a draw is it's a good result, but should be able to win this now. Tough decision. I should have gone for b6 earlier. Why didn't I go for b6? Oh well, another missed opportunity there. My opponent, if he thinks too much more, I might change my mind and start playing for a win. I'm not against that. Maybe he's just looking to take the draw after all. What is he doing? You got to move at some point. Come on. Well, yeah, you can do that. Sure, you can do that. Now what? All right, give a check. Go back. I don't even know what you're playing for anymore. I'm not sure you do either. But you know what? Because it does look like you're trying to play for a win. Let's do it. Let's play for a win, both of us, just to see what happens. Why not? Why not? Yeah, maybe that's why not. That was a good move. I'm gonna try and slime the draw if I can. Dear. This is not so good. This is not so good. In comes that king. And I'm lost. Dead lost. I don't think there's much now. Wow, things really took a bad turn quick in this one. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame. He just pushes the pawn and I have to give up. Man. Man, oh man. Yeah, it's good enough for me. Thanks for the game. Mohit. Oh man. I really should have stuck to that draw. But you know, my opponent played so much to keep so well to keep all those winning chances together. I tell you what, I think it was fair that I also tried to play for the win because it deserved to be a result that game. Whew, tough one. There's my loss. Mohit. Actually, I think I've played Mohit a few times. I think this is the first time I've been taken down. So that's a big result. Well done. Well done. Gone sailing. Next one up already after I got slaughtered there. Let's play a different ante. I was going to play the wing gambit, but let's not. Should I try the check again? It worked out pretty well against Dodgy, which is how this whole Banter Blitz started. And that wasn't so bad. This is better. This is better. Reminiscent of the famous Carlsen Topalov game from not too long ago. That went b5, c4, and then g5. Huge move. Let's see what happens now. Oh, okay. So we're into Spanish territory. This is going to be one of the more bizarre transpositions in modern chess, which is that from the bishop b5 checks Sicilian, we actually end up in a position that, that is the Brea variation of the Spanish, but with an extra tempo to black because h3 hasn't been played. But on the other hand, h3 isn't that useful a move in the closed structure. So it's kind of an interesting transposition, this one, I have to say. And often players, the black pieces who play the Sicilian, they're not used to playing the Spanish or indeed e4, e5 in general. So this advantage for white is that white has lost one small, not insignificant, but not so important move, h3 in the transposition. The advantage is that white's managed to, usually you could say that white has tricked black into an opening that he's probably not as familiar with. So you put those two things together and you try to work out what's what. Now, obviously, I don't know anything about my opponent, so I don't know whether or not Gone Sailing is familiar with this line, but so far he's played it okay, I have to say. But still, I'm feeling quietly confident. Let's see how things develop now. He's managed to pick up a center pawn, or he will do in a move, but then I get to... Oh no, he hasn't taken that extra pawn in the center. So I would say that is just a pawn for me, right? What am I missing? I think I've come out of this rather well, all things considered. Yeah, extra pawn for me. Not bad. Just need a way to maintain it now. And that last move did not really help things, I have to say. I wanted to put the knight on c3, but that was a stupid move. Oh my god, that was dumb. Should have gone to c4. That would have been good. Then go to a5. That's what I should have done. But I didn't. And now we're here. And I have a problem. again. Because I got no good square now for that knight. Ugh, why did I mess that up? That was so stupid. I was doing so well. Now what? Now I'm going to lose a pawn. And I can't see a way out of it. Can't see a way out unless I play a move I really don't want to play. Knight a6. Ugh, what an ugly ass move. I'm probably not supposed to say that. Let's see what happens now. Maybe it's okay. Maybe I've managed to get away with this. I have to be honest, I was much more worried about my opponent playing queen to a7, not to b7, because now that bishop on c6 doesn't have any squares to go back to. So I might have just snuck out of this one. Leon, his comment about Muhit's victory. You Muhit the master. Wow, that is classic humor. Oh, hello. Hold the presses. Big sacrifice. Is it working? I don't think it is. I've got an extra check at the end. Look at that knight. A6 takes B8, takes C6, takes E7, check. Boom, boom, boom. That's so that hasn't worked out for Gone Sailing, that little attempt there. Not only did I manage to keep my extra B pawn, but I picked up a whole rook in the process. So that's worked out pretty well. I think my opponent can probably resign this one. There we go. Yeah, that knight a6, it was an ugly move, but it just managed to work for me in the end. Close one. All right. Whew, I tell you what, that game against Mohit, that was a classic game, that rook end game. Whew, really classic. That was a good one. All right, wow. Pare Pensa from Angola. I have always wanted to visit Angola. I would continue this conversation, but it appears that you're not listening to me. Pare Pensa, doesn't look like you're there. That's a real shame. Come on, man, get on board. Let's do this. You're in the queue. You're ready to go. Oh no, our Angolan, or is it Angolese? I'm not sure. But unfortunately not here. That's a shame. Hopefully you can jump back in the queue. We'll get another chance together to play. Right, which opening should we try now? J Russell. Aha, J Russell 2. We've played before. There we go. Let's look. I have to play my signature opening at some point. I have to. My patent Scandinavian. My patent Scandinavian. That's right. Oh, section 2 of my book. Oh, if only I had it handy to look at. Actually, it's a very good sound choice by J Russell 2, this one, I have to say. Nice and solid. And now h3 should be the move. The idea is to delay the move d4 until it's absolutely necessary. Let's see if he does so. He's probably worried about bishop takes h3, which is surprisingly a dangerous move, believe it or not. He's gone for d3. Not so sure about d3. Seems a little passive to me. And now, ooh, tempted, sorely tempted, but I will refrain from taking that. This position looks quite respectable, I think, for black. On the other hand, white has the two bishops, can't complain too much, but the thing is, I'm really not worried so much about bishop takes c6. Like, these pawns are not so weak in this sort of structure. If I was feeling particularly carnivorous Oh, and I kind of am. Oh, I'm tempted to. Oh, but I know that I shouldn't. It's like that, next piece of chocolate or something. I know that I shouldn't. I really want to play Castle Queenside and just go for this big attack, but should I? All right, let's do it. Let's do it. I should just Castle Kingside. I mean, black is just slightly better, but let's do it. Let's see what happens. Let's see whether we can turn my bravery into something. Well, it was immediately rewarded, so that was kind of lucky. My opponent playing something very odd there. It's a very, very, very strange move, I have to say. And well, that's worked out extraordinarily well for me. It's the best endgame I could hope for, but still some work to be done, and no big attack, so I shouldn't be too happy. That's not a bad move, actually. Not a bad move at all. I think I will try my best to keep my pawn structure intact for another move or two. Sorry for the sniffling. 94 might be a good move here, but then yeah, I'm not sure whether it's working. He's gone for 94, and can I? Yeah, let's see what happens if I take it. Let's just make things interesting for a change. He shouldn't think too long and hard about this because taking on e4 is going to drop material for sure. So probably should just take the rook off and think later about that. Ah, I did warn you. Let's drop in the piece. That would have been interesting, actually. Bishop takes d8, knight d2. That would have been super interesting. It's a shame we don't get to go down that path. I thought after knight d2, rook e3, I was probably winning with rook g6 check, followed by taking on d8 and a future bishop to c5, but would have been really interesting. It's a shame we didn't get a chance to see that in action. All right, Talakan. Talakan. That's a super cool name. I really like that one. Combination of Tal and Alakan. That's a nice one. All right, all right. Let's get this party started. My first E4, excuse me. I think I just swallowed a Latvian. That's not what I expected. Wow, I did not, I really did not expect that. Took me totally by surprise. Uh, yeah, man. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. I don't have a clue what I'm doing here. Good old Latvian. Wow, I haven't seen one of those in ages. Although my rather wimpish counter seems to have taken my opponent a bit by surprise. I don't know why. Things obviously looking pretty good for my opponent. I mean, knight c3 on move 3, that's definitely not the critical line, but I'm mixing things up a bit tonight. Still, I mean, how bad can my move be? Probably it's equal somehow, but it's not such an easy position for my opponent. I always got these queen h5 check ideas. He's found a way to prevent those from happening. Actually, that was a super good move because now he can follow up with natural development. Maybe he can follow up with d5 here. He has followed up with d5. That is a pain. That is a real pain because ugh, 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 ugh. What am I doing now? Where am I going to put that stupid knight? I guess I got to put it on e5, but then he's going to play bishop d6, and yuck, 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 yuck. This is not what I wanted. Not so confident anymore about my position. All right. Time to mix things up. Oh my god, that was a really horrible move. Why did I do that? I completely forgot that he could take that off. And I have got just such a horrible position. Castle kingside and... Oh, man, 10 moves down and the Grandmaster with white is close to a lost position here. If I can castle, at least I can try and pretend that I have some sort of balance, but this is... What on earth went wrong here? Tell you what, if I could castle queenside, the world might seem a little bit brighter. I'm not sure I can make that happen. Yes, I was afraid that you might do that. Actually, that's a very good move. Very good move. Castle queen c7 is coming. So I'll have to... Oh, bishop g5. I've got to play bishop g5, but I can't play queen d2. Yeah, we're... More problems in my future here. Bishop g4. Yeah, I'm not sure that was entirely necessary, but okay. If I can castle queenside and not lose my queen, I'll be extremely happy. And I think I can get away with it now. I think. Oh, stop attacking me, man. You really got it in for me. What did I ever do to you? And there are problems now. There are problems. There are problems that... Oh, I don't even know how I can solve these problems. Maybe queen f4, but then bishop takes c3 is a bit ugly. I'm in real danger here. Oh, I do not like my last move one bit. Yeah, he just takes that off. Of course he does. And now what? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is bad. This is bad. King b2 forces a draw. Do I want to draw? Not really want to draw. Well, maybe I should just take the draw, huh? Should I just take the draw? No! No draw. All right, no draw. I considered it briefly, but let's not do it. No draw. I should have taken that draw. I should have taken that draw. All right. By the way, the draw was king b2, knight e4, queen takes g4, queen c3 check, forcing a draw by perpetual check. I said I didn't want that, but maybe I should have taken it because, well, I'm just going to be a pawn down in this endgame after queen a6 here. Although my opponent is thinking like crazy. Wow, could be a very good move actually. Okay, rook e1. 1 second left. Oof. Gets a move out, but is that not dropping a queen? Not quite. Oh, well, Telekin. Oh, you lose on time. Oh, that's a shame. Really great move that last one, rook d8, because if I played rook a1, there was rook takes e2 check. Amazing counter sacrifice. But unfortunately, the clock just getting the better of my opponent kind of fell apart towards the end there. Oh, yeah, of course you want to repeat what we just had after seeing that debacle. Doesn't surprise me. Bip bip. Bip bip 78. That's kind of nice. From France, huh? Cool. All right, let's do this. Poor Talakan. Great name, great game. Just falling apart towards the end there. Real shame. Giving me another lucky one, but I'm one loss for sure, and also a draw. One of the early games, I can't remember now. I lost to Moorhit, and who was it who got the draw against me? I'm trying to remember now. That's knight and pawn endgame. Was it mate something? Something mate? Two mate? I can't remember. Okay. Bip bip, my French friend, this is not the time to be thinking. This is not the time to be thinking. This is the time for sensible chess. Come on, bishop g4, bishop e7, sensible moves, come on. What did we say about sensible moves? What on earth is this? All right. Perhaps not so sensible, my friend. Maybe. Maybe it's okay. I don't know. What do I know? Yeah, man, maybe it's fine. Though I'm not so sure you should have your king there. And you should definitely not be thinking this long in Blitz, man. Come on. That's bad, bad, bad. What? Didn't expect that move. But it's probably not a big deal. You got to move faster than this. Come on. I feel my opponent has lost the plot a bit. Things were going all right, but that last move, not so good. Now I'm a pawn up, and my opponent's king's on f7. This is dangerous times. Got to go back. Yeah, but now what? Now you're king. Oh, I sense trouble. Hmm. Aha. Interesting. Interesting move. Do I want to take that square? Not really. Ooh, ooh, let's see it. King f8, king g8, bishop takes h6. Oh, yeah, I got the chance. Oh, I'm so happy. I don't often get these sort of chances. I don't know if it's working, but come on. Looks good. Should be working. I don't know, actually. You got to take it. Come on, you got to take it. Yeah, you got to take it. Now we have a couple little checks, and then I'm going to start to think. Because honestly, I didn't think any further than this, and maybe I should have, because I don't see how I'm... Oh, is it just knight h5? Yeah. And that's all she wrote. Yeah, that's winning. Well, that was much more successful than my last e4, e5 game, I have to say. Bip bip, what a cool name. I don't know what it means in French. All I can think of is the Roadrunner, you know, from Warner Brothers. The beep beep, beep beep. Oh, you found a move that didn't get checkmated. Well done you. I didn't expect that. I thought you were just going to resign, actually. But I take it all back. All right, well, because you decided to keep the game going, I decided to keep the game going. That seems like a fair combination. But not for much longer, I fear. Rook takes rook because it's a check, surely. I'll pre-move that recapture. No. Resi. Thanks, Bibib. Thanks for the game. Things went wrong at some point. I think that knight takes e4 was a bit premature in that position. Should have just played something nice and safe like bishop g4 would be my guess. What a good name. Monkey C check. That's good. I like this one. Quality humor. Except that monkey C check is missing. Monkey no C game. Where are you? Come on. Oh, that's a shame. I always feel sad for people. They spend this time to get in the queue and then. Well, hello. We're on. Hello. Okay. Good. You probably deserve a tiny bit more time then. Seeing as you just arrived, let's even things up a tiny bit. Try out my Scandinavian, see what happens. This is all looking pretty good so far. Looks a bit like a C3 Sicilian, if I'm being perfectly honest. This is looking quite acceptable. Ah, you can play C4 here. I forgot my theory, of course, C4, but you didn't do it. Why didn't you do that? I think you're supposed to play that there. Ooh, that's not right. You're not supposed to do that. Now, I have to work out why. I think it's because I just take on G2. Wow, you move so quick. You move so quick, but you don't move so good. But, you know, well, you can't have everything. You've lost a pawn, but gee, you're fast. Well, I kind of feel like I shouldn't have given you that extra time if I had known how fast a mover you are. Whew. But, no, of course I should have. I'm just kidding. But I have this extra pawn now for nothing, and I'm about to get you a bishop, and then my bishop's going to dominate. So things looking pretty good if you're me at the moment, I have to say. I mean, it's just a pawn now, so it's just a comfortable advantage, and I shouldn't worry too much about things, but things could have been a lot more interesting had c4 been played instead of 7 bishop e3. Just a little hint. This position now seems reasonably comfortable, he says with some trepidation. I'm going to get those rooks off the board. They're kind of annoying me a little bit. I wonder if we'll get king d3 here. Would make my life a lot easier. Ah, that's a clever move, that one. If rook takes e4, he was going to play king d3, which would have caused me some pain. No need to allow such things, such shenanigans. But this position now seems quite comfortable, I have to say. h2 is weak, the bishop on f4 is quite powerful. Should be smooth sailing, but I need to be careful, particularly about saying generalizations such as that. Well, I'm sorry, everyone, to end up in a reasonably boring endgame. Such is the way sometimes. Probably shouldn't have allowed that in hindsight, but still. No biggie. That one too. It's a little. Just make my life a tiny bit harder than it should be. Oh, well, that was a surprisingly premature resignation, but I guess it was looking reasonably grim. Although I expected knight d4 check with some play left, but monkey c check did us all a bit of a favor there because, let's be honest, it was a reasonably boring endgame, even if there were genuine chances. Oh, Cap 7-8 Red. I've played Cap 7-8 Red before, and I have no idea what this name means. Cap 7-8 Red. It's like some sort of code name or something. But we've played before. I didn't know then, and I don't know now what it means. I'm going to get the old pre-moves happening here a bit. Try and build up a little bit of time. Love this opening. Love this opening with the white pieces. Always seems to give me a nice, healthy plus. You can see here, big space advantage, good pieces. About to take the two bishops. Love this stuff. Love it. Look at this. No complaints. At some point, I have to come up with an attacking plan, but at the moment, I'm just happy to put the pieces in the middle, cause a little bit of mayhem if I can. At some point, e6 will follow. But you know what? It's Banter Blitz. h4, let's do it. h4, yeah, h5 coming. Yeah, I love playing against the Alekhine. I really do. I always seem to get some super nice positions, and this one seems to be no exception. I'm really happy with how this opening turned out. Oh, I wish I hadn't have allowed that move, but still. Oh, hang on a second. I have more pieces than you on f6. What just happened? I'm sorry, but I think I just won a rook. I have to be honest, I didn't even calculate. I just thought after f6 you knew what you were doing there, but we both must have miscalculated a bit because that's just a piece is a piece is a piece, and that's the end of the game. But I loved my position after bishop g5. I was going to follow up with bishop f6, h5, and checkmate somewhere. Oh, the Alekhines, you know, I love the idea of the Alekhines for black, but to be honest, oh, with white, I just love playing against it. Okay, that's me saying love way too many times for a proper Banter Blitz. Let's see who's next. Time for the black pieces. I wonder what opening I should play this time. Might be time for something a bit more mainstream. Trend David. Hello, Trend David. I'll try a d4 opening on you. We've played a few times. A bit of c4, see what you're coming up with. e6, huh? Yeah, all right. Let's do this one. That's okay. Oh yeah, there's this Moscow stuff, isn't there? I kind of wimped out a bit. Let's just exchange some stuff off. I don't want to have to think too much about this. Isn't there some big attack thing that I can do here? I forgot how it goes. Once upon a time, I knew this cool attacking idea, but I can't remember for the life of me how it goes. There's some h3 g4 or something. I can't remember now. Let's see if I can get it happening. Oh, maybe it was g4 immediately. Could have been it. Let's do that, see what happens. Doesn't look so bad. Opposite side castling. Going for the attack. That's what we're talking about. g5 to follow. Attack plays itself. I'll have that guy, thank you. And now what? Can I keep going? Is that okay? Hmm, not so sure. Ah, whatever. Let's do it. Come on, Trent David. Let's have a fun game. Play G6 and let's see what's happening. Looks like a pretty reasonable attack, I gotta say. Your attack, on the other hand, does not scare me one bit, if I'm being perfectly honest. Uh, Tell you what, I'll even let you get that pawn. I give it to you. My gift. Oh, you didn't take it. Okay then. Well, in that case, I take back my gift. I tell you what, my attack is coming fast, fast, fast. Ooh, nice try, but you may have missed my sneaky little move there. Oh, maybe I missed your sneaky little move. Damn it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. Oh dear. Ah, good one. Good one. I deserve that. That's a pain. Now what's happening? What's going on now? Have I really messed this up? Yeah, I think I have. I gotta take this off. I gotta get King G8. Oh, damn it. Oh, well, I deserve that. I tell you what, I really do. Now, see if I can make the best of it somehow. Maybe with Queen F3, it looks like a good way to start. Try my best to. Oh, I'm getting closer now. G6 takes queen check and push again. Bishop moves, push again. Can he go anywhere? Queen F6 takes that off. Seems to win. Not quite sure if it's winning or not. Looks close to convincing though. There. Oh, looks good. There, takes there. Is that winning? Not sure. Not sure if I'm winning or not. All right, G6, let's do it. Come on, Banner Blitz, let's do this. Take on E5. Got to do it. Got to do it. Got to take that knight. Maybe he doesn't want to. I don't think he's got many options though. Oh, he's got Bishop B4. Oh, I missed that. Oh, that's a shame. Bishop B4. That could ruin my plans. But then at least I have Knight F7. Oh, he's gone for it. Good. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now what? All the way. All the way, son. Ah, good. I get the nice finish. Ho ho! Well, that was a nice one. I have to, please excuse me while I give myself a little bit of self-adulation for a change because I haven't been playing that great tonight. Let's be honest. But that one, I can take a tiny bit of pride in that attack. Was it all working? Not entirely sure, but it looked good. Whew, would have been really interesting. I'm not sure how you could have stopped that attack after Queen F7 and H5. It seems slow, but maybe it's going through. Maybe you had to try, instead of F takes E5, move 21 Bishop B4. That would have been interesting. Well, was that the last game already? Now I'm sort of confused. Oh, that was already the last one. Oh, well, in that sense, it's something nice. I'm sorry that I wasn't paying attention in the chat. It's good that I got a nice win finally to finish. But man, I say that you guys get the credit tonight because it looks like you guys won overall as far as I'm concerned. A fantastic win by Muhit. How can I forget the name after Leon's fantastic joke? And thanks for all the regulars for coming on. Made or die, man, that was a good game we had as well. Well done. Thanks for joining for Banner Blitz. I had a good time. I'll tell you what, let's look up that wing gambit with B4 because it seems to be working well. Let's get together and write a communal Banter Blitz book on it or something. Anyway, enough about that. We'll talk business another time. This has been your host, Grandmaster David Smerdon. Thanks a lot for joining. Plenty more action this month on the live events on ICC. Grandmaster's far more talented than me playing mainstream openings, but I'll be back next month as well. So until then, see you later. Have a good night.